Gotta move this stuff out of the way. You can see all that just fine. It's very bright. I don't know if there's anything we can do about the brightness. What's up, you legends? How you doing? Really appreciate you being here. Let's jump into some games. We're going to be trying to test a modern list, seeing if we can do well. Let's see the RCQ qualifying list that we played way back in the day. Where is it? RCQ winning list. I don't think we ever changed these cards. Let's share the screen. Screen one. Boom. Okay, so some of these cards we might have to swap out. So Thought Seizes, swap out for Seize. Is it IE? Yeah, okay. So we're going to fill up the deck with these. 21 lands, 1 Trawler. That can't be right. Or most of them in the mana base? No, we played 1 Trawler. That can't possibly be right. 2 Ringleaders, 2 Kiki Jikis, 3 Thoughtseize, 3 Warren Instigators, 4 Mountains, 4 Blood Crypts, 4. I didn't play any Bloodstained Mires. This can't be right. Blood. Yeah, we're just going to be trying modern. Our good friends over at Tales from the Tap are going to be testing our list, so we want to see what we can do. Cut the Arid Maces, cut the Scalding Tarns. 20, and then we had one other card that we just trimmed. What was it? I think we played the full 4 arena. No? Play Basic Swamp. Play Matron. There we go. Swamp. 1 Horde Master, 1 Sting Scourger, 1 Battle Cry, 3 Warren Instigators, 4 Matron, Pashlik Mons, Chain Whirler, Mog Mob, Sling Gangs, Ringleader, Trash Master, Kiki, Harbingers. I mean, honestly, this list looks really good. I want to play more Trawlers, but maybe that's just a trap. Maybe you only need 1. Let's go to the sideboards. We don't play Dampening Sphere anymore. Could be really bad. But Boasted End is our artifact hate. Against Affinity, Bauble and Chalice are already pretty good. Explosives allows us to have some interaction against Prowess as well as other decks. Fill sideboard up. We don't have the 3rd explosives. Oh, one of them probably was slotted in the main on accident. There it is. Cool. One other card. Abrade is decent against a couple different decks. Flute could also be really good. Full deck up with these. Put the Mog Mob back in because that was not what we meant to do. Mog Mob back in the main. All of these to the sideboard and trim the one that we don't like. This is 61-15. I mean, that's what I love to play. Let's go to a league and see how we can do. The prelim, it's not really that important. I want to be able to play as fast as I want. See how we do. This is the list that we won the RCQ with last year. No changes. Let's see if it's still good today. And I'm giving myself a stipulation. If we play against the red-white land destruction deck, we're just going to concede the match. There's a chance where we win, but is it worth our mental energy and our time? I know that match by itself is probably going to take up half the time that we have to stream today. So if we play against that, we're just going to concede. And is it optimal? No. Will we play it out in real life? Yes. But for streaming purposes, we want to be able to record a lot of different games. And that's the games against that deck take way too long. Especially if in the end we're just going to have no lands in play and just going to lose to a Solitude beat. I'm going to grab a hoodie. Oh. It's actually kind of cold with the AC's on. I got my hoodie that was signed by all the legends that I met at the RC. Only people I didn't get to sign it were Jim Davis and Corey Baumeister, but they were commentating. I got my brother, I got my sister, I got both my parents to sign it. So I'm going to be eating a bagel because I haven't had breakfast yet. And yeah, it was a great time overall. I met Young Dingo, he signed it. I really miss playing with Warren Instigator because the card allows you to do some disgusting things. 2 mana for 1/1 with double strike. When it deals damage to an opponent, you can put a goblin card from your hand on the battlefield. This looks like Death Shadow or Living End. Nothing to do on one, so let's just surveil. Goblin to put in the bin. It's our 4th land. Dig for a Harbinger. We don't have any graveyard hate besides the one trawler. No, this is Yawgmoth. They take the Deceit. We're going to go Cavern on Goblin. Play a Warren Instigator. This dies to Bowmasters, but has the highest upside. Deceit for double black. You're going to sack it to the Phyrexian Tower and still be able to cast the Bowmasters. Probably take the Ringleader because there's 2 Matrons, 2 Snoops. Dauthi Voidwalker would be pretty cool. Fatal Push also works. Another Billmark is insane. Okay. Picks up eye twitch. So they're just going to let me go crazy here. Okay. I mean, I don't think we can go infinite this turn, but we can do some disgusting things. There's no Archon in the graveyard. Tutor for Trawler, tutor for Kiki-Jiki. The best lines probably involve Snoop, so let's just get Snoop down, go to combat, attack with Instigator. First strike combat damage, trigger, put a Matron into play. No response, yes. Matron's gonna tutor. Could just grab Ringleader, but I think the best thing we can do. Could also grab Sling Gang, put Sling Gang into play. 15. Could just grab Harbinger, put Harbinger in play, put Kiki-Jiki on top, but Snoop can't like go combo this turn. We can grab Mogmob, put Mogmob into play, but I think the best thing we can do is probably just go grab Kiki-Jiki, combat damage, put Kiki-Jiki into play. Pass it over. We have the ability to do whatever we want with Kiki-Jiki in their end step. Deals X damage to each creature. Sure. So I'm going to go Kiki-Jiki. So if we grabbed Trash Master instead, could have avoided this, but I mean, we got a lot of value. Copy the Matron trigger. Yes. Do we grab Mogmob or I mean, we could just bog him. I think Ringleader is probably our best card to grab. We also could just grab Trawler, play Trawler, bog him. We have the second Matron for another Ringleader. Just grab the Trawler. There's a land on top, so that's good. That's fine. Another Eye Blight. Pass it over. Glad I bogged him. Another land is actually good, so we're not going to fetch. Perfect. Aha! Pass it over. All right. Game 2. Thoughtseize would probably be pretty good against them. EE's pretty dead. Chalice is pretty dead. Flute, Bauble, Push, all pretty dead. We could kill an Emperor of Bones, which is something. Vial's a lot worse in the draw than it is in the play. Bring in Fatal Push. We can Flute Persist. Play one Vial. No, because the one Vial late game is probably going to suck. Activated abilities of... Could bring in Vexing Bauble just a cantrip. I don't think that's good, but it's something. Flute seems decent. You can just name whatever is good in the situation. There's a better hand. This looks like it. Bottom the Matron. They take the Snoop, which is fine because we wanted to get the Skirk down first anyways. And if we wanted to curve into the combo, we would have had to play the Snoop on 2, Harbinger on 3, so this Rakdos Theater would have been our turn 1 play. Let's see what they grab. Play the theater. That can stay there. Opponent can pick our hand apart, that's fine. Okay, so they picked up the Baron, held whatever. Man, Leyline of the Void would have been great against this deck. I think I just go to combat, attack. Yeah, sure, why not? I think we have to force this waterbending in order for the rest of the game to progress at its normal speed. Otherwise, we're just like waiting. And we really can't afford to wait. We have to pressure them. They have so much mana. We really want to be able to just like force them to use their cards as quickly as possible. And we have to hope that we draw well. Hardcast Harvester? No. Okay. This is when our haste creatures are going to come in handy. Specifically Goblin Ringleader. As well as we could draw Mod, Hash Like Mods, those kind of cards. Just to push damage because they are at 10. 7. They got the Baron down. Bog off the top would be the best draw for sure. $15 black symbols. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 black symbols right now. Not quite. Cavern Goblin, 0 fear. Pass it over. Okay, Stitcher Supplier allows them to boast, so they can pitch something with 2 black symbols. Yeah, that works. Archon is good. A billion mana. Opponent's doing the thing. Hard cast Archon. So that's 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4. 7 plus bringing back the other Archon. Is 13. So not quite lethal right now. 16 with the second Archon. Overgrown Tomb. Bowmasters is another damage. So they don't do it. They just pass. Well, we're gonna play this tapped. Concede. We could push the Stitcher Supplier, but let's just go to game 3. Boast is an activated ability, but we bring back in Vials. Cut push. Cut the flute. We're just back to our game 1 plan, which is honestly pretty good. I guess we could flute the waterbending card. That is their board wipe. But if we know that's their board wipe, we can also just play around it pretty well. I would like to play first. It's great. Sounds great. Shock in the Blood Crypt. Pass it over. Eye Twitch is fine. Play the Snoop. They had Phyrexian Tower on 2 the entire game. Tutor for another Snoop. Pass it over. They probably have Persist for the Harvester. So we're going to want to wait until we have 5 lands to combo in 1 turn. Trawler, Stitcher Supplier, Deceit. They pick up the Trawler. Probably. Pick up the Harvester. Sure. I think we just pass. We can Flash Munitions Expert. We can Surveil for another land. The Thoughtseize. They do cast the Thoughtseize. Sure, you can take my Snoop. They take Ring Mirror because they're worried about grinding. They have the answer for the Snoop in their hand. In the Harvester. Maybe they have another discard spell. I'll surveil. That's something that forces a harvester. Other creatures, so it doesn't target itself. Very interesting situation. I think I want to save my munitions expert. I could force the Warren Instigator. Oh, this is tough. Let's get down the Warren Instigator. Hold up the munitions expert. Pass it over. We know they have the Harvester, so we have to play around it. We can combo second main if we attack with the Instigator. Like end step, we flash a munitions expert, shoot their supplier. Go to our turn. They sack it. Mills Archon Swamp. 4 Baron. Okay, they could have push plus Harvester. Very close. Very, very, very close. Go to the end step. Trigger on the stack. I'd like to try to kill the Baron. Yep. Saves the Baron. I would like to shock it, but it doesn't do anything. So we're going to go to combat. Attack with everything. Interesting. Put the Chain Whirler into play. Damage. If I put the Harbinger into play, no response, yes. Put a Kiki-Jiki on top. Then I go to end of combat. I exert the Serena of Glory, making a red. Play Snoot. Both the haste mana. Then I can instantly tap to target. Tap to target. Tap to target. Tap to target. 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm going to copy my Harbinger. We still have our Mog Mob in the deck. So we'll grab the Mog Mob. Sack. 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 Exactsies. Okay. That felt pretty good. I'm gonna go get some more water and we'll jump into the next one. Damn. We can play first. Okay, so we have a dead card in Kiki-Jiki, but we have double Thoughtseize and 2 Snoops. So we'll see. Blood Crypt. Yes, we'd like to pay 2 life, and I would like to pay another 2. Opponent's on 6. We can Thoughtseize them again next turn. We could take Disciple. Let's take the Summoner's Pact. They're with their hand revealed. They don't have a Summoner's Pact. Pass it over. Just Thoughtseize them again. Pact Negation, Planar Genesis. We're going to take the Planar Genesis. And we'll pass. Goblin. Could have Hooting Mandrills, but let's go red. There's only red 1-drops in the deck. We don't play the other one. Another Snoop on top. Pass it over. Quads. Let's go red, red, snoop off the top. Pashalik is decent. Play this. Not like to pay 3 life. Yield. Attack. Let's go exert, make a hasty red, and then cast another red. Pashlik Moms. Main phase, Planar Genesis. Cavern, Goblin, okay. Combat, declare attacks, attack with everything. Pass it over. All right. Double Thoughtseize against a combo heavy deck. Really good. Flute is pretty good. We name Allosaurus Rider. Vexing Bulb is fantastic here. Chalice on 0 just shuts off Summoner's Pact. I don't think that's good enough. Thoughtseize is fantastic. Vial is too slow. We're not trying to race because they're always going to go faster than us. So we can cut the cards that are meant to go fast. And then we can also cut the cards that are trying to grind. Tremor Ringleader, Trash Master is just a Lord. You can cut the Lord, cut the... Okay, so we also know that they could just be pivoting to, instead of a combo game plan, a cheat in an Elishnorn or a giant flying dude. I forget the name. The dragon from Tarkia that has protection from white and black. If that's the case, we kind of do want to be able to like kill them fast. So we can go Battle Cry. Chain Whirler is decent because it goes fast. What is the card that they're using? It's a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Killing their stuff is important. Instigator is important. This might be right. Trash Master might be a little bit slow, actually. Now let's try it like this. On the draw, it's a lot harder. We really need interaction. This is an easy mulligan. This is 2. Sounds better. Not great, but it's better. The land we don't really need here is the fetch. I guess if we fetch shock, we have to fetch shock to cast this Thoughtseize. So then we'll have a mountain already. If you put 2 on the bottom. I guess Cavern can go. They could bring in counter spells, but we can't control that. Bauble off the top would be great here. Vexing Bauble is probably one of the best cards against them. Flute is also pretty good. Gives us a turn 2 play. We can top deck a 3rd land, potentially. Fetch Shock, Blood Crypt, yes. Thoughtseize. They're a traditionally land light deck. Yeah, double Hedge Maze, sure. We'll take the Planar Genesis. And then we'll pass. We're going to name Veil of Summer with the Disruptor Flute. I guess we can name Allosaurus Rider. Make it cost 3, but that still doesn't help. Play Disruptor Flute. Veil of Summer. Hedge Maze. So the other hand is Pact Negation, 3 Veil of Summers, and then other cards. Okay, so we're gonna go Arena, Exert, tap for red, another red, Mob with haste, Yield, Smack. Okay, so now we can go. We could cast this Matron and tutor for something, but we're just going to go to combat first. Do they have an unsummon? Attack. Second main. Disruptor Flute. Allosaurus Rider doesn't actually do anything here. Because the Allosaurus Rider is free plus the 3 mana they have to pay. Could name Neoform. Could name Eldritch Evolution. Although if they pay mana for the Allosaurus Rider, they can't Neoform the same turn. Then we can Matron next turn to grab a Sting Scourger so that they have to take 2 turn cycles to combo, and I can unsummon the Allosaurus Rider. We have a fetch for a Surveil. We didn't use it, but that's fine. Go to combat first. Crash in with Mob. Wall. I feel like they have to counter this. They have the consign. They've replicated it once. That's fine. That's fine. Do we want to Surveil, or would we rather grab a Sting Scourger? I think I'd rather have a Sting Scourger. Let's grab a Mountain. Red. Matron. We could also just try to kill them next turn. Attack for 4 plus the 3 bolt. 3/5. 4 plus 5. So if we grab Sling Gang, right? Although if they have a land, they could just cast it. I think it's better just to keep them off their game plan. So if they get in a big dragon down, we could Sting Scourger back to their hand. So let's pass it over. Sling Gang would be lethal, but I guess they could consign this trigger, but that's fine. Battle Cry is fantastic. Play Battle Cry. More spawns. Activate Battle Cry. Combat, declare attacks. And we win! Neoform is traditionally a coin flip. We got very lucky there, I'll be honest. Game 1 having double Thoughtseize helps that you have double Thoughtseize in most matchups. I think that, you know, if you're playing against a combo deck especially, but Thoughtseize is a good enough card to carry you in a lot of matchups. And then game 2, we were able to just, you know, interact enough. Very lucky that they had a tap land on turn 1 to not be able to hold up the Veil of Summer for our Thoughtseize. We took their one card that allowed them to dig, and yeah, that was pretty good. All right, let's run it back. Crazy that this list from an RCQ last year is holding up as well as it is. I did not expect this. Well, no. No. In the other hand, we could have tried to like blind flip into a Harbinger combo on turn 3, but leaving the entire game to that one Surveil is not smart. This hand is an auto mulligan. Strictly because we have no card advantage, and we could have a little bit of interaction with the munitions, but this is much better. Interesting. I think we bottom Thoughtseize, bottom the Cavern. We bottom Thoughtseize, Harbinger. At least, the very least, we can cast our spells. Mountain Pass. Could be Boros, could be Storm, could be a lot of things. Could be Neoform again. Control, okay. Cast the Matron. I'm just looking. Ringleader and Ringleader would probably be the way we win this game. Oh, it's Mill. Okay. I think our hand's fine against Mill. Not great, but we don't have to worry about Bowmasters, which is what I was really scared of. They're looking to see if we have a Ringleader in our bin so they can surgical it. Both our Sling Gangs. Okay, combo's going to be offline. That's fine. This is Battlecry Goblin in the graveyard. That's like our best card in this matchup. Allows us to just like dump stuff. Okay. Boardmaster, Snoop. No Battlecry though. I really don't want to. But we're going to fetch. Shock the Blood Crypt because the life total doesn't matter. We're going to go red, Instigator. Let's Go to combat. If we ever tutor with Harbinger in this matchup, we actually decline because putting a card on top never works against them. They could play Crab. Sure. There's the battle cry. Surgical Ringleader takes the card out of her hand. Instead, Flash and Munitions Expert. No response. That's an amazing draw. Lords are the way that we win this game. Sure. We have 7 on board. Do they have another mill spell? I do. It's a forced search, so I have to. If they have an archive trap, I just lose. 10. 10 is not lethal. Play the Bloodstained Mire. Red, black, black. Harbinger. I get to see what the top card is. It's a land. I'm at 1 card. They're at 2 life. This is how it goes. This is how it goes. Come on, mill player. Mill me out. I know you're slow rolling me. You got the mill spell. I believe you. Here, look. I'll F6 for you. Cast the Cryptgast or eat all the creature cards out of my graveyard to gain 1 billion life. Do it. Opponent's at 2 life, facing down lethal next turn. I'm at 1 card in library, 0 cards in hand. Do they have the mill spell? When opponents don't concede like this, I believe Surgical Cavern. Ooh, they could have picked the right card. They could have picked the right card. They were thinking about which one to surgical. Is there a Blood Crypt in my graveyard? There has to be a Blood Crypt in my graveyard, right? There is. So they could have picked Blood Crypt. Oh my god. Wait, but they could have just counted, right? 1, 2, 3. They targeted Cavern, but Cavern's in play. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Nothing really increases our CMC of the deck. If we take out Vile, I guess that could be something. Disruptor Flute could name Fractured Sanity, could name Tasha's Hideous Laughter, could name a bunch of things. I think being on the draw, we cut Vials. We bring in Flutes. Bring in an EE for Crabs. Maybe they don't play Crabs. We possibly don't play Crabs, in which case we'd want to have just a cantrip. So let's play the Vexing Bauble. Ooh, Vexing Bauble actually counters Archive Trap, so that would have been... Aha, we have it! Okay, I'll keep this. Do they have a Thoughtseize turn 1? We'll see. And Archive Trap is so good against us because our combo wants us. Yeah, so if they leave a fetch land, if we get Flute Polluted Delta, I mean, that's something. Cavern on Goblin. Bauble. Hard mode activated. Could name Field of Ruin. Just gonna keep doing this. Sure. I mean, I like getting down the Snoop. Get down the Skirk. We know we have mana next turn. EE on 2 is pretty good. Is Battlecry in the deck? The issue is if we put it on top with Harbinger, then you just mill it immediately. Mogmob is like one of the best activated abilities we could have. This is tough. Exert, make a red. Red and uncounterable. Or the Snoop. That's a good one. Cast the Instigator. Go to combat, attack with everything. That's fine. So that's another 18. Oh, we just die. That'll do it. Good game, opponent. Well played. I would like to not grab the swamp. And then mill 9. GG, well played. Kapow. Game 3. Okay, so Flute's actually not great. 1, 2, 3. EE on 1 could be good. Vexing Bauble felt like it did a lot there. Takes away their like high roll draws. Thoughtseize is decent. We have to kill the crabs. Trash Master Ringleader is fine. Battlecry Horde Master is fine. Sting Scourger, kind of not good. Instigator into some crabs isn't the greatest. Bring in a couple EEs. Blow up all the crabs. Could be decent. Could just go back to like Vile on 1. I think the fair game plan is like the best thing that we can do. Vile's also like a really bad top deck late game, whereas these cards, this is at least a cantrip. Cantrip's even good here. Would I rather have Fatal Push as an answer to Crab? Or would I try to stop the Archive Traps? I think I can beat Archive Trap. I don't think I can beat a bunch of crabs. Like Vexing Bauble is really good if I go Vexing Bauble, Snoop, Harbinger, and they don't have a response besides Archive Trap. But I think if I just kill the crabs, I can win the fair game plan anyways. So let's try like this. Well, not like this. Yeah, and not like this. I'll keep it and I'll bottom the Kiki Jiki. Shock in the Blood Crypt. Get down the Skirk. Never punished. Bloodstained Mire. Let's push the crab. It's pretty good. They got our Rakdos Theater. Sure, let's fetch. See if we can bait him. Blood Crypt tapped. Nope. Archive Trap? No other Archive Trap, just one. So now we go black, red, munitions. Should have attacked first. They would be blocking. Although if they have a counterspell, it happens either way. Damn it. Damn it. F's in the chat. Big punts. Shoot for one. Yeah, because they would have blocked. And then we would have been able to kill it no matter what. Always make your opponent act first. Never take the first action unless you absolutely have to. Magic 101. Triple Ruin. Triple Crab. Land. So now Engineered Explosives is like what we need. I don't think Thoughtseize is great. Go to combat, declare attacks, poke. Damage, yes. Let's go black, red, munitions expert. I would like to shoot the other crab. Doesn't really matter. I want to leave the O2s in play. Kill the one I was initially trying to kill. Then we'll pass it over. Another crab. Nothing else. Probably a counterspell. Ooh, baby. There's an EE on one. No. If they have a counterspell, let's see what they were holding up. Land. Drown on the lock. Kill a creature. No response. No response. Nothing in their hand. I would like to pay a black for an EE on one. Combat poke. Ancestral. Why are you so good, Ancestral? Shelldock Isle. Shelldock Isle is really good. This might mean we just die to whatever's under this Shelldock Isle. 20 or fewer cards in library. Yep, that's us. EE on 0. And they crack the EE on 0. Oh. Do we draw a land? Punished. So if we would have waited. Wow, if we would have waited. We could have played it and cracked it in one turn. It's really bad. Yeah, it's really bad. This was so close. So close. Mill is a very difficult matchup for us because we're constantly trying to tutor stuff to the top of our library and grab cards with Matron. Traditionally, this is a very hard matchup. All right, do we see the loot? Give us a loss. Yeah. Does this cast it for free? GG's, well played. All right, I'll run to the bathroom real quick, and I will be right back. Oh. So we would have lost the archive trap no matter what. If that Vexing Bauble, if we didn't put EE in and we put Vexing Bauble in, we would have had an extra 13 cards in our library from the initial fetch that we took to cast the first Munitions Expert. So that's like a small percentage, but those are 13 more cards, which means we have another one turn if they don't have a fetch land. If they have a fetch land, that means that we still die on the same like turn cycle. But like against a deck like that, you have to think about what small percentages you could have played better as. Like what could you have done to give yourself a better shot? So we're currently 2-1. We're grinding. Let's see if we can get the 4-1. Depends on what decks we play against next. Finally have a hand with Cavern Vial. One of my favorite things in all of Magic is turn 1 Cavern Vial. Cavern, Goblin, play a Vial. Pass it over. In the nut. I gotta stop singing. Tron, eh? Get down the Snoop. We have a couple looks at if they tap out turn 3, it could have been right to wait on the Snoop. But if we blind flip a Hard Ringer or a Kiki Jiki, we're in a pretty good spot. Because they're pretty locked into cracking map. No, they have the Dismember? Yeah, we should have waited. They probably already have Natural Tron. Cavern Goblin. Red. red. Chain Whirler. They go to 15. We pass it over. Ugin is the card that we can't really beat, if we're being honest. Yeah, we could have held up the Snoop, we could have vialed it in. EOT, untapped, drew. Surveilled for something important. Pay 2 life, yes. Black. Colorless. Sling Gang. Oh, we uptake the vial so we can cast the Munitions Expert. F's in the chat. Tap Tower, cast Glaring Fleshraker, cast Ulamog. Karn would make sense too. Thought Nos here. Damn it. So they take the munitions. Could have shot if I sequenced it right and this wasn't on 3, it was on 2 instead. Then the Ugin would have gone to 7. We would have had 2 more turns. Yeah, now they just start exiling our stuff. If this is the version that everybody's playing, I really like Void Mirror. Void Mirror does a very similar thing to Blobble. It's good against Solitude and Subtlety decks, but it also turns off the Tron deck because it counters their colorless permanents. And I don't think they play, they might play 1 Swamp, right, for the Dismember, but I don't think that they play a lot of sources that make mana. Some versions I'm sure play Boseiju. Yeah, we'll take it up. Yeah. I'll concede for time's sake, just because we can't beat a Resolved Ugin. As sad as that sounds, it's true. Disruptor Flute is a decent answer. They can flute it on the stack. Flute it before they cast it, or flute it on the stack, depending. Vial isn't the greatest, but it is acceleration. Instigator is great against them. Thoughtseize, I'm not a big fan of Thoughtseize against Tron. Chain Whirler, meh. We could just try it like that. Cut the Thoughtseize, bring in the flutes. I'll try this. There's no Arena of Glory, but Instigator could do things. Ugin's Labyrinth, exile Ugin under Ugin's Labyrinth, flavor win. I'm okay with mine too. Bloodstainmire. Let's go Cavern Goblin. Red, Instigator. Pass it over. So they'll have Tron next turn. We can shock in the Blood Crypt, yes. If we want to hold up the flute for the Ugin, we won't. I think I like that. Let's go to combat, declare attacks. If they have Dismember, they have Dismember. Poke. Warping Whale is pretty good. Second main, we can't really do anything because we want to hold up this flute. So we'll pass it over. Cracks map, grabs tower. Plays tower, they have 3 mana, plays Mind Stone or Flesh Raker. Should have played Bloodstained Mire. Let's cast Flute. Ugin, Eye of the Storms. Costs more mana and its abilities can't be used. Get down Bloodstained Mire, get down Mogma. So they can still cast it. They have 10 mana now. And they can get a cast trigger off of it, but they can't use the abilities. Dot, not Seer. They're going to take my Matron. I think that's fine. Yep. Double Dot, not Seer is not fine. Card's really good. But same thing here. Our opponent doesn't have any lands that produce mana of certain colors. So potentially, these Disruptor Flutes could be Void Mirrors. Surveil. No response. Arena's good, but it's not good here. We're going to cast Harbinger. Player Basic Swamp. I would like to put the Ringleader on top. Play a Swamp. Pass it over. No attacks. No blocks. I'm going to try to race. Okay. That card's really good. So they get to play out their hand and then drop the 10 cards. Wow. Well, I'm going to play my Goblin Ringleader. Take that, opponent. What are you going to do about this, huh? We draw 3. Go to combat. Player attacks. Glaring Fleshraker can kill me. So let's leave 2 back. If we attack with everything, this is 7. They go to 13, and then I can kill them next turn with a Battle Cry. But if they go Glaring Fleshraker into Kozilek's command, I do die. There's the Fleshraker. Expedition map. I would like to kill the Fleshraker. Now they cast Kozilek's command in response. They say that's fine. Ulamog Ceaseless Hunger, exile both my blockers, go to combat and attack. Mind Stone. I like opponent not attacking here. They definitely are the one in the driver's seat. So attacks really don't make much sense. 3. Especially when they're drawing up to 10 cards each turn. It's just incredibly good for them. I think that means they're going to find their dismembers. Yeah. Could drain gain, but this game's pretty much over. Tron's a tough matchup. I think that if we had slightly different cards, let me think. If we go, I think Void Mirror might actually be better than Flute. I'm trying to think about the situations where we want Flute, and a lot of times it's either to shut off activated abilities, which is pretty niche, pretty specific. Void Mirror kind of does the Vexing Bauble thing. Might be better than Chalice, actually. Chalice on 0, Chalice on 1. I don't think we brought Chalice in at all this entire match. Or sorry, this entire league. It could be that we're just supposed to play Voidmere over Chalice, which would make sense. It makes our Tron matchup a lot better. Yeah, no response. F6. Opponent, you can kill us. Block the Ulamog, take a bajillion, go to 1. Fleshraker? K-command. We cantrip twice. Crash in. GG's, well played. Boom. All right, one more to go. Hey, you know what? 2-2, another day in the office. I'll go 2-2 a billion times in order to get better. Very close loss to, what was that, Mill? Yeah, very close loss to Mill. Some sideboard decisions that didn't pan out. And then, I mean, Tron is just a very tough matchup for us. We don't have any Tron hate. And easy mulligan here. And we could have played a little bit better. I think we go turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Instigator, turn 2 Thoughtseize, land. In a perfect world, I'm getting my sequencing down. Much better hand. Bottom the Kiki. Actually, we have the Instigator. Bottom the other land. Affinity. Could be Prowess. Could be leaving up a Lava Dart. Yeah, let's go fetch Shock. And we need a black source, so let's fetch Shock. Get down Vial. Pass it over. Probably Affinity. You're going to go Weapons Manufacturing, dump their hand. Yeah. Saga definitely means Affinity. Well, if this connects, I'm in really good shape. Let's exert. Pay a red. Instigator. Does it resolve first? I think you go Metallic Rebuke. Yep. Nope. That's fine. Pass it over. Next turn we'll uptick the Vial. Get it in play. At their end step. The issue is they're going to have Saga tokens now. Pretty controlling draw from my opponent. They can make a 3/3 and trade. I think it's worth it just to get down the battle cry. They make the construct. And then they make another one, it becomes a 4/4. They cast, or they tutor, that's a 5/5. Trashman or Sting Scourger are our two best flips. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've been Pithing Needle Duff and Urza Saga. It's a good wake-up moment for sure. They can do that. I'm trying to figure out what deck they're playing. I'll take the 5, go to 12. I would like to activate this. Land. Second Instigator is okay. So that's fine. We would have been able to punch through the constructs. Let's get down the Instigator the hard way. We weren't thinking. Pass it over. No attacks. They crack the bauble. They actually don't have any effects, so we're just going to pass. They're digging for something. Probably Whip Flare if I had to guess. No attacks. They're really scared of the Instigator. It's great for me. Okay, if they have a Kappa, they have inevitability next turn. No response, yes. Myers, great. We're going to fetch to 11. Basic Mountain. Get down Sling Gang. They tapped out, so they can't counter this. No attacks. Pass it over. We could play Escape Tunnel to give our Instigator unblockable. I mean, that could be something. It's probably going too deep in the rabbit hole, but that could be something. Excuse me. There's the weapon manufacturing. Now they can dump their hand. EE on 0, they can't crack because of the constructs. Kappa does go to 7, though. Now we just die to the munitions tokens. Because that's 9 plus 4. Oh no, but we can gain life with Sling Gang. We could potentially still win here. So they have 4 plus 9 is 13. We'd have to sack most of our board. But they'd have to crack their EE in order to do that. And the tokens would die at the same time, so we'd have a window to respond. Twice. If they crack one, they blow up the other engineered explosives, which means they can't respond to the first one by sacking the second one. Oh, because they don't have enough mana anyways. So destroy in response to destroy, I'd like to sack. To drain gain in response, I'd like to sack. To drain gain. They bobble me. I go to 4. No response. They have 2 triggers. They choose targets. Target me. Target me. I would like to sack. Battlecry double pump. Instigator put Kiki-Jiki into play. What's more? If we go Battlecry, pump, we have 3 and 2, which is 5. Not big enough for pack tactics to make another dude. So I think I have to sack the Battlecry. Yield to all. End step. Next turn. No response. No response. Yes. I don't think Ringleader does it. It attacks for the same amount as the Instigator. No response. Oh, this was a mistake. No response. Trash Master, Kiki-Jiki, Sting Scourger. Okay. So now we should be good, though. Combat, declare attacks, attack with all, blocks. First strike combat damage. Put the Trash Master in. I can put Kiki-Jiki, copy Sling Gang, then Kiki-Jiki, copy Sling Gang. That would make 6 more damage. This is 3, 4, 5. Plus 6 is 11, plus the Kiki-Jiki itself, sacked twice. Or I could put Trash Master into play. That would be an extra 2, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the Kiki-Jiki is 9, 10, 11, 12. I think they're both lethal. Let me make sure Kiki-Jiki's enough, though. That's 2 bolts plus the Kiki-Jikis. each being thrown is 8, plus the 5 is 13. So this is actually more. We're going to put the Kiki key into play, tap to target the Sling Gang. Then we're going to throw the Kiki key. Then we're going to go to damage, no response, put the Kiki key in play, tap to target the Sling Gang, no response, no response. End the combat, and then we sack our board. Man, I love Warren Instigator. Oh, okay. If we had Void Mirror, it'd be another wobble style card against them, which is pretty good. Bring in Chalice, bring in Vexing Bauble, cut Vial. We saw Pithing Needle, so we cut Vial. EE, sure. We could Flute Kappa or Urza Saga. Thoughtseize is good. Munitions Expert, really not going to kill anything in this matchup. Sting Scorcher's great. Chain Whirler could kill the dude, like the little dudes. Trim 1 Ringleader, 5 more cards. What's a bad card in this matchup? EE is bad. And what can we trim? Another Ringleader, because we're never getting to the late game. I guess Flute. Munitions Expert might be better than Flute, but naming Urza Saga or Kappa Cannoneer might actually be great. No. I like this hand. They take a mulligan. I think the issue I have with Flute, it's a great card. The issue I run into with Flute is the same issue that I run into with Thoughtseize, is that you bring it in too many matchups because you convince yourself that it's good or it's not. Because it's so flexible, you can tell yourself, oh, I need this against this one card, or I can name this one card. When in reality, you'd actually just be better in general against those cards. Cavern, Goblin. Colorless, Vexing Bauble. Excuse me. They blow it up. Now they can like deploy their hand if they want. They just don't have a blue mana to get Kappa down. So they pass. This makes sense. Cavern on Goblin. Matron for Trash Master. Next turn we play Trash Master. Matron for Snoop. Next turn we play Snoop plus Pump with Battle Cry. I think it's better just to get the Trash Master. They could have Pithing Needle in their hand. There it is. If they tutor with the Saga and they grab, they do make Construct. If they grab Pithing Needle named Trash Master, you can still combo kill them and activate Battlecry Goblin. So we're kind of fine with the sequence. They could grab an EE on 0. That's also a decent line. Pop their Munitions Expert the following turn to kill the Battlecry. Yeah, they grab a Clausagix. Play a land. Play Welding Jar, sure. Arena of Glory would be a great draw. Sting Scourger is also pretty sweet. We're going to pay 2 life. Get down Trash Master. Go to combat. No attacks. I'm going to shatter the Clausagix. They're going to use their Welding Jar to stop it. I'm going to shatter their Clausagix. Pass it over. They have Kappa mana. If they try to kill the Trash Master, I can sack it to shatter the Construct. Emissary is fine. Should just be using the keyboard, it's less loud. I mean, I'll take 12. Go to 5. If you want to look at what I draw, that's fine. If I have a land, I can triple shatter, so I'm not under any pressure at all. Snoop's really good. Red, play Snoop. See if there's a card on top that I want to cast. Nope, but that is a land, which is great. Let's go uncounterable just in case. Red. Sting Scourger. If this resolves, which it should, I'm going to unsummon the Construct. Go to combat. Declare attacks. Crashing with the Trash Man. I can hold up the Sting Scourger as free sack, and if they don't do anything, they get 2 more looks at an EE. Their Whip Flare doesn't do anything right now. I can go Harbinger, put a Sling Gang on top, or a Kiki Jiki. Both allow me to do something good. Shatter with the Sting Scourger. Go to 4. Mox Opal's fine. Hardcast Pinnacle Emissary. Make another dude, but this means that they don't have engineered explosives. They do have Kappa. But if they're tapping out for Kappa, that means that I get to combo kill them. No response. I would like to put a Kiki Jiki on top, tap the target. Tap to target. Tap to target. Tap to target. This one's going to tap to target my Harbinger. No response. Changing the top card to a Mog Mob. I'd like to sack. 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 And well played. Okay, so let's talk about what we learned, and then I'm going to go do the dishes and make lunch. First off, I felt like the Rakdos version of this deck was stronger. Someone in the chat, the legend Stony, was telling me all the time that Rakdos felt better because you have Thoughtseize and you get to be more combo-centric. It also feels a lot better because one of our harder matchups right now is the Boros Land Destruction deck, and you get to play a lot more basics in that list. I think overall, the deck feels good. We did run into some off-meta stuff. It feels kind of strange only playing one Trawler, but I mean, it makes sense because Trawler by itself is good graveyard hate, but playing too many of them, there's a lot of situations where your best card, your top deck, is a Trawler. And it's not as good as you would want it to be. The one change I would make to this list is I would cut Chalice of the Void. Did I put them in the main? Yeah, I think I put them in the main. Nope. Okay, they're cut. Cool. I would cut Chalice for Void Mirror. I hope we have them. We have a ton of them in paper. Okay, yeah. We're going to play 3 in the board. We're going to test this going forward. Void Mirror is fantastic against Eldrazi. If a player casts a spell, no colored mana is spent to cast it, counter the spell. It has other splash damage. It hits other matchups, but I think this card is just great in general. It's like basically our other copies of Vexing Bauble that are on different CMCs. And we need more tech against Tron, so I think Void Mirror is probably going to be the go-to going forward. Besides that, I mean, I like this list a lot. It was really cool to go back and see the RCQ winning list in action from last year. And, you know, maybe I just take this to the RCQs going forward. I'm a huge fan of Warren Instigator. Yes, we're not really playing any of the new LORYWN Goblins, which is kind of insane, but I mean, I really enjoy this. It was a lot of fun. Basic Swamp is going to kind of mess us up every once in a while, being able to like have it against the Field of Ruin decks, have it against the land destruction decks. It feels good. I mean, there definitely could be some strain between the Arena of Glory and Cavern of Souls. There's 4 and 4 of each. Cavern doesn't turn on your arena. Arena requires a red mana to activate. Cavern does not produce that. But besides that, I mean, like the deck has a lot of extremely like high roll, very powerful draws. You're able to recover from like a very low life total, do some absolutely disgusting things, and yeah, I really enjoy this. We're gonna send this to my friends over at Tales from the Tap, and they're gonna run a league with this and tell me how it went. So I want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoy Goblins content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit like and subscribe. Use this way to support the channel. It's free. If you want to do more, support the channel, $1 a month on the memberships tab, the YouTube channel gets your name read out at the end of every stream. I'm trying to get a slide so I can just put it up at the end of every stream, and people can see what I'm doing, who's subscribed and or who's part of the membership, so I don't have to like manually read it off at the end of every stream, because I feel like kind of it's a little bit annoying to some people. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for being here, being a part of my Magic family, watching my growth, and yeah, I'm gonna read off the members. I'm gonna go from the top. Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, The Darth New, ADD Y100K, Jared Munsterman, Annan, Riberio, Cypher 777, The High Wumpus, AJR, B Rhyme, Gorvisker, Sliver of Nope, Scott McIntosh, Javier Hugo, Valeroth, Yarmagr, Terrieth, Nito Brito, Chucker Philosophy, The Green Ranger, Stanton McCain, Danny Alexandra, Hilltop Healthy, The Sergeant Farmer, The Real Stony 85, and Jew. Thank you so much for watching. That really means the world to me. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful day. Peace.